All right, hey Highly Recommenders. We're here for another Highly Recommended Food Edition. We're here with Kelly and Jack at the Pizzabox here in downtown St. Petersburg off of Central Ave.
Freak, are you kidding me?
What up, gang? As you guys know, we interview and cover anything and everything that is highly recommended. So, of course, this pizza is highly recommended to us, and we've already had it. And we wanted to get to understand what created this. Why is this highly recommended? So, Kelly, what are you guys doing right now?
Right now we're rolling dough. This is one of the most important steps in our daily prep. We roll dough every single day. Some batches are bigger than others. We're getting ready for tonight, which should be really busy, so we're doing a full batch of dough since it's Friday.
It's Friday. Is this your busiest day of the week? Or
This and Saturday. Saturday's a longer day. We open at noon, so it tends to be a little bit busier, but definitely our second busiest day. Absolutely.
Definitely second busiest. Mm-hmm. So now I got turned on to you guys from Ryan, a mutual friend of ours over at Overflow. I had your guys' Angry Goat Pizza, which is, don't quote me, hopefully you can correct me, but it's roasted red peppers, bacon with a drizzle of honey or something like that.
Yep, habanero honey. We roast the habaneros in the oven, and we peel them, chop them up, mince them, and blend them with like 3 cups of honey. Give or take. Give or take 3 cups. Yep.
So you guys actually make it yourself?
Yes.
Oh, here I am, a peasant, just thinking you guys buy it off the internet and then just it's your sauce that you drizzle on. How dare I disrespect the culinary skills that you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you guys actually roast it in this oven right over here? Mm-hmm. All right. So highly recommenders, if you don't know, this is the oven that they actually roast everything in. Now, it's not on right now because, of course, they're not open yet. They're getting the prep done for this rush that may come in a few hours. Hopefully it does. I'll tell you this, what turned me really onto them is I called one time at like 9:30. I guess they already sold out of all their pizza dough, everything, and they're like, yeah, sorry, can't do it, but definitely tomorrow we can. And I'm like, what? A pizza shop runs out? That's how popular they are in St. Petersburg, Florida. They're so popular that they get sold out before they even close. So why are you guys so popular in town? Like, I know I just talked about the Angry Goat, but what other pizzas do you have, Kelly?
Well, we have a very limited menu, to be honest with you. I think we've got 9 pizzas total. But they're all executed really well. There's a lot of effort, a lot of love that goes into all of our prep items. My favorite right now is the AngryBoo-Boo.
AngryBoo-Boo?
Mm-hmm. That one's got the habanero honey that you like. It's got bacon, garlic, herb whip ricotta, pepperoni, mozzarella, and sauce. It is so good. It's definitely my favorite right now. My other favorite is the LoverBoy, which has our house-made meatballs on it.
The LoverBoy?
Yeah, it is incredible. Adam named it after that crazy 80s movie. But yeah, it's got a margarita base, which is pretty traditional, cherry peppers, which have a really nice kick to them, caramelized onion, the house-made meatballs, which are made with an Angus short rib and brisket blend. We also cherry smoke those. They are absolutely incredible. It's also got the herb whipped ricotta, the tomato sauce, the fresh mozzarella, the regular mozzarella, and then we finish it with basil. It's so good. Highly recommend that one as well.
So you would recommend the LoverBoy? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna have to definitely try that. So far, I've been addicted to the AngryBoo-Boo. It's what I call when you cross the angry goat, which what made me fall in love with y'all, as well as the honey boo-boo.
Nice.
So that's what I've been in love with so far. I'm gonna definitely have to try the LoverBoy next. Now, since you definitely recommended it to us, is everything made in-house? That's what it sounds like from what you've been talking.
Honestly, we do a triple caramelization process to our onions.
Wait, what? Triple caramelization?
Yeah, so when we caramelize our onions, we don't add any sugar or anything to them. It's all natural sugars that we pull from the onions. And our process is every night at close, we throw a batch of onions in the oven whole. The oven's still nice and hot, 700 degrees, and we shut the door. We leave it for about an hour, hour and a half, and we pull them out. We let them cool, which also takes like close to an hour, and then we put them away. And then in the morning, we come in, we peel that outer layer, which has heavy char all over it, off the onion, and then we chop them, and then we put them into roasting pans, and we cook them for another hour and a half, which you have to really watch them. You have to bring them out. You allow them to sweat on themselves, if you will, and it pulls all of those natural sugars out, and our onions, to me, taste like candy. So that's just one of our many prep processes. The red peppers, which I was roasting here, also takes a little bit. They don't come out of a jar or a can. We roast them here in-house, which again is probably another hour-long process to get them all nice and charred on the outside so that we can easily peel that outer layer off, and then we chop them and put them into bins to get ready to be served. And then our mushrooms, we do a balsamic marinade on them with herbs de Provence and salt and pepper. We toss those. We also roast those for about an hour in the oven. So those are
my mouth is salivating right now.
Yeah, those are our biggest prep items. They all take a lot of time and energy. I feel like that's what makes our pizza so great, though. We have an amazing staff who takes the time and energy to dedicate to these items, and it really is a world of difference instead of just getting it out of a can already ready to go,
It's a huge difference. And when you talk about having a loving, caring staff that's besides you and your husband that operate this, that's very true, because just the other day I had the pizza made by her husband, Adam, for the first time. Typically I get it done by people like Jack, as well as their other colleagues and employees. But I honestly couldn't tell the difference. I'm sorry, Adam, don't hate me. But from you cooking the pizza to your employees cooking, I couldn't really tell the difference. It was phenomenal all the way through. I mean, that's good on you for hiring great people. But yeah, that's great to have a small group of staff like that who also puts the care into making the pizzas besides yourselves.
Absolutely.
It's hard to come by.
So fortunate. Oh, it is. And it's taken, honestly, we have always had an amazing staff, but especially in our industry, no matter what, even if you have a great staff, there is a high turnover rate. A lot of people stay for, a short period of time. We lucked out. Right now we've got Jack and his cousin Jerry, who are a godsend, and then Michaela, who is actually one of my best friends, who's been with us for 4 years on our team right now, and it's been amazing. They care about pizza and customers and art and everything creative just as much as we do, and then they know when to get down to business. We have a fun crew. We are so blessed.
I gotta ask this. I'm sure you get asked this things, but what made you and Adam start up a pizza place, especially here in St. Petersburg, downtown St. Pete, with all the tough competition that's already in the surrounding areas?
Well, we decided that we wanted to do wood-fired pizza specifically. When Adam actually got a job at wood-fired in downtown St. Pete, he became obsessed with wood-fired cooking, not just pizza, just the entire idea of this old world style. It's what everybody used to do. It's what cooking evolved from. And we're just kind of obsessed with fire as well. So it was something he wanted to do. We were very fortunate that a friend of ours, a close family friend, invited us to go up to New Hampshire and help them open a bed and breakfast. And they said, if you come up and help us do this, because Adam is not only skilled in cooking, but he actually at the time was doing a lot of construction work as well. And they knew that. They knew he would be a jack of all trades. If he went up there, he could help them do the build out. He could help assist with all sorts of things like landscaping and everything else. And on top of that, he can cook. So they invited us to come up there.
Sounds
we
like
helped
you got
them.
lucky.
Yeah, no, we absolutely did. They loved the area. It was somewhere they already had a house. It was a very small town in Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire. We went up there. We helped do the build out, and then we helped build a pizza room in what used to be a pool patio area there. For us, it was a huge culture shock. We had never seen snow before. We're both from here. I'm from South Tampa, and Adam was born and raised St. Pete. So we had no idea what we were getting into. We had never seen snow before in our lives.
Yeah, that's a culture shock right there.
Yes. Unfortunately, my father ended up getting really, really sick when we were up there.
Sorry to hear that.
It was a mess. So we came down. Unfortunately, he passed, and so we kind of decided to refigure our priorities. Although we were making incredible money, we were doing what we wanted to do. We were operating a pizzeria. That was our dream, to do the wood-fired cooking. And although we didn't have a monetary investment in it, we were basically operating owners. We were up there doing all the prep work, training, staff, doing our inventory, everything that you would do if you were the owner. And so we took all that knowledge and we decided that, if we're going to do this, we need to do it home. We need to move home. We need to be around our family. At the time, we had a 4-year-old, and it was like he hadn't seen my father before he passed, and that meant a lot to us, to get to spend time and be close to friends and family and put that over money or a career. And it was a really tough decision, because we came back and we kind of just started bottom of the barrel again.
Started from scratch.
Exactly. I went back to hostessing. I was quickly promoted, though, at Bella Brava to a reservation specialist. They were amazing over there. They gave me a whole new role. And then Adam went and started working at the mill with Chef Ted, which was an amazing experience for him. He bonded with that entire crew. He learned so much about back of the house. And then we pulled our resources and opened this place, which was supposed to be a food truck. Yeah. But when we looked into the food trucks around here, it just seemed like, with the storage and everything, we would probably be paying the same, to store it as if we got a brick and mortar. So we looked into just getting the smallest brick and mortar. We looked at so many different spaces and decided this 750 square foot unit was what we could realistically afford. So it was very scary, though. It was like, this is either the best or worst decision we have ever made. So.
Well, I understand that. That's why I'm doing the same thing with the highly recommended.
Yeah.
You just got to dive into it. And
Exactly.
It shows that you and Adam both are creators in the food that you guys make. Like I've said multiple times so far during this conversation. Guys, highly recommenders, I know you can't smell it, but there is a strong, amazing smoky or I might be describing it incorrectly, but it smells amazing right now in here. They're getting the oven ready. So you guys started here. How long you guys been open now?
A little over 5 years.
Going on, or a little bit over 5 years?
Yeah, we turned 5 April 21st.
Dang, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's good, because typically most restaurants don't last more than 3 years. They typically fall under. Now, you guys wanted to... What? Y'all think that just because I'm doing these, I didn't have DJ Yeti behind me? We just gotta take a little break. He's right there. Don't worry. He's jumping in a second. Maybe. He never does. We already know that. But we do know he's gotten softer.
See you. Bye.
All right, so we had to take a little break there. Of course, we're here interrupting the amazing Kelly doing her job. So we gotta be accommodating. Right now she is chopping
Collard greens.
collard greens. And of course, what, you think we'd leave DJ Yeti out of a review like this? Of course not. He just had to take a little bit of time, get himself situated, get here, and glad to always have you here, helping make this happen. So, DJ Yeti, my guy, you were doubtful of this place in the, coming here when we reviewed it. So, I mean, what made you change your mind?
Well, again, Joseph, I'm always doubtful of any place that you recommend, especially if it's next door to certain establishments that shall remain nameless as the last place you recommended. But it's okay. Much better than I expected coming from Mr. Joseph here. But one thing you haven't talked about that I am interested in, and something that I personally loved on the menu, was Becky's dessert pizza.
Now, are you sure that's the same one as before? Because come to find out that they change their dessert pizzas every few months.
I thought it was very similar to this. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
We just changed the fruit, and sometimes it's every month. Sometimes we'll keep it like quarterly or for a second month. It just depends what it is and what's in peak season. We have a very seasonal feature menu where we change our salad, we change our veggie pizza, which is what collard greens are for, and then we change our dessert pizza as well. So
now that is something that DJ Yeti had advised, that when we were initially reviewing this place was to get the dessert pizza. I'm not gonna lie, Kelly, I was extremely doubtful.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, this is gonna be horrible. I mean, yeah, the pizza's good, but how good can the dessert pizza actually be?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely ate my words.
Good. I like hearing that.
It was phenomenal, Kelly.
Thank you so
It was. We absolutely loved
You
it.
got to really break down that dessert pizza because, I mean, we're talking about honey whipped, and I'm going to say this wrong, mascarpone.
Yeah.
Mascarpone?
Yes, it's a cheese that it's kind of like an Italian cream cheese. It is very mild, very creamy. We mix it with a little bit of honey, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. And that is the base of the pizza. And then we top it with seasonal fruit and then cook it. Served hot, which is pretty unique. A lot of places do a chilled dessert pizza.
No, ours was warm.
Yes, very piping hot, molten lava hot. So when it comes out, we cut it and then top it with powdered sugar, kind of like a funnel cake. So
now, wait. Since this is August, what's this seasonal fruit that you're tossing on?
Right now, it's peaches.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
So they are incredible. It's definitely one of our most popular. I would say this one, and then the bananas Foster that we do in December and January is probably our.
I think that's the one that we have.
No, definitely had strawberry when we were here.
Oh, strawberries.
Yeah, strawberry and chocolate. We do.
That's what it was.
February, March time, definitely
you were
for
my
Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Ah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
They're all incredible though. Next week we're starting a new one, sea salt caramel apple. They're
Sea
all
salt
good.
caramel apple. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh!
they're all incredible. That was actually a happy accident that we invented when we were up north in New Hampshire. We had a panini station as well, and we had one panini that was French bread with green apples, bacon, and then the honey whipped mascarpone. You press it as a sandwich and top it with a scoop of ice cream. Unfortunately, nobody ever bought it except for like 2 people. It was just, I guess, a little too weird. So we ended up having a bunch of honey whipped mascarpone that we had prepped, and we're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do with this? Like, it's expensive, we don't wanna waste it, it already has honey in it. So we're like, let's put it on a pizza and see what happens. So it was bare bones. We just did that with like a little bit of sugar sprinkled on top, and we're like, oh my God, this is incredible. We should put fruit or something on it, and that's how it was invented. Total accident. Most of our best recipes are accidents, including our meatballs, which we didn't have the oven hot enough one day, so we built a small fire in there to get the oven a little bit more back up to temp, because it was at like 300 and we needed it to be around 450, 500 to cook the meatballs. So we put the meatballs in there with the very small fire, cooked it, and when we opened the door, we're like, oh my God, we accidentally just smoked these meatballs. So then we were like, we should put cherry wood instead of the oak. It'll be way better. And
All right, so you just got done telling us about how you make the meatballs, and LoverBoy is your favorite. Now, before we start wrapping things up and everything, because I see well, they don't see, but we see that you're making some mushrooms or stirring up some mushrooms.
yes.
DJ Yeti, did you have a question or anything?
Yeah, I just want to kind of highlight, not only is it a mom and pop, locally owned business, but the ingredients, from what I understand, are for the large part locally sourced. Is that right?
Yes, we get our salad greens from Brick Street Farms, which is a hydroponic garden right up the road. They're incredible, and so our seasonal salads always feature a base from them, and then we work with Patriot Produce, who goes to the local farmers markets, and that's where they get their produce. Everything is very fresh. The only refrigeration we have is the pizza prep here, and then that one reach-in over there. So everything from our dough, our meat, and of course the veggies is so incredibly fresh, because we just don't even have the storage for anything over like 2 or 3 days, to be honest with you. So you're always getting the freshest possible ingredients. And yes, they are locally sourced.
Locally sourced.
Did you leave out on purpose freezer, or do you no freezer in house?
No freezer in house.
No freezer?
No freezer.
dough-
Nothing is frozen.
So what you're saying is the dough, the meat, the veggies, everything, never been frozen, as fresh as it really possibly could be.
Now, the meat we get from Cheney. I'm sure that they might freeze that at some point,
right.
but when it gets to us, no, nothing's being refrozen. We're using things, like I said, every couple of days. We're just so incredibly small. That's how we have to do it anyway, and that's what we prefer. We have a small menu, small amount of ingredients, and with a place this size, that's how you have to do it.
Well, like I said, we don't want to hold you up too much longer, and we just wanted to tell everyone that it is locally sourced. It's never frozen once it gets here. And last question that we ask everyone, it could be anything. It could be a person, place, product. What is highly recommended to you, Kelly?
So, when we spoke earlier, you had mentioned you had never been to Lolita's.
No, we've never been.
Oh my gosh, it is one of my favorite restaurants in the area. It is incredible. I'm a huge fan of wine and cheese, and they also have tapas and small plates. They do an incredible job over there. The owner is incredible. I highly recommend checking them out. I think you guys will be so blown away by everything they're doing over there.
All right, guys. So you hear it right there. Highly recommended. Lolita's,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
St. Pete Beach. Or no, not St. Pete.
No, it's
up
right
the
up the street. Yep, Central and 20th, I believe. 20th.
Central and 20th?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
See ya.